Hello, I am Al-Otaibi. First of all, thank you for attending my presentation. Today I would like to talk about my proposal, the teaching learning cycle, developing autonomy through the collaborative writing process. Actually, I would mention that I got this idea from my personal experience at ELI. In reading writing class with Miss Monica, as she was using with us this approach, and I noticed that it has a great impact on my progress in writing. So that I think it could be a good method that I can use with my students. Actually, I have faced a major problem in teaching writing because many of my students think that they are not able to write a paragraph by themselves. So they just resort to memorize a template given by me as a teacher. However, collaborative writing means that students are collaborating to produce writing assignment together. And to apply this approach, you can use the teaching learning cycle, which based on scaffolding. Scaffolding means helping students to achieve the targeted goals collaboratively. And the teaching learning cycle has 4 stages, and I would mention that it is not necessary for you as a teacher to apply all of these stages. You can just select 1 or 2 of these stages to apply them with your students according to their level and interests. However, I'm going to explain for you very briefly these stages. The first stage is text deconstruction, which means building students' knowledge about the required writing genre by examining many related symbols. And here I mean that the teacher will provide the students with many symbols to figure out the required genre, the language, grammar, and a new vocabulary, so they can have an idea about what they are going to write about. The second stage is joined construction, in which teacher and the student are collaborating in writing one single text. And here I mean that the teacher will collaborate with the whole class in writing, for example, a paragraph. She will encourage her students to participate. She will accept their answers, and she will encourage them to choose the best phrases and words. The third stage is collaborative construction. And here the teacher will divide her students into groups to work together. So here the students will work together and collaborate on writing tasks through, for example, using Google Documents. So they can work from their homes, for example, and whenever they want. The last stage is independent construction, which means now the students are writing, but individually. I think that will lead us to think about the benefits of collaborative writing. Actually, many research found that collaborative writing can help students to achieve higher levels of accuracy, fluency, and complexity in their writing performance. Collaborative writing can lead students to think critically during the writing process, as there is a lot of negotiations happened. Also, when we are using Google Documents, I think students can be more engaged and active during these activities. Moreover, collaborative writing also can increase student independence in writing. as they can transfer what they have learned in the collaborative writing to their own writing. For me, the collaborative writing objectives mainly can be that adopting collaborative writing to be alternative teaching method for the traditional one that can improve students' abilities in writing as well as their autonomy. And to talk about the implementation of collaborative writing, it will be through two phases. Of course, the first phase will be with my students in the classroom. So I'm gonna apply with my students the 4 stages of teaching learning cycle because I have 4 months in each term. So I think it is a good period of time that I can just apply the 4 stages. Also, I'm gonna have experimental research. So there will be a pre-test and post-test for the students before and after applying the collaborative writing. In the same time, I will observe my students during these activities and take notes. There will be also a survey to my students to reflect on their learning through the collaborative writing. After that, I will begin my second phase, which will be a training workshop to my colleagues. I mean the English language teachers, so they can get the new knowledge about this approach. Of course, the participants' attendance will be recorded. There will be also a survey about the workshop. And after the workshop done, there will be a writing community so that I can invite the teachers who want to participate in applying this approach in their classrooms. So we can gather through the WhatsApp and meet for 1 hour each week to discuss any challenges and any suggested solution. And there will be a monthly report to share any successful stories and also the best practices of collaborative writing. Finally, hopefully that the collaborative writing as a strategy to teach writing can provide the student with the skills that enable them to be more independent in writing, productive and creative. Thank you for your listening, and if you have any questions, please send me an email. You can find my email address in my poster. Thank you again for your time and your listening.